going down.
Today is full of shows and meetings. I just finished a lunch for a board that I sit on here in Columbus for the Central Ohio Transit Authority. That's right, y'all. Get on the bus and ride it. Also going to be doing a lot of interviews today. Shocker, I'm sure you think that's shocking. Vin's not feeling very well today, so I'm trying to keep it quiet around here so he can rest. Gotta be good to your people when they're just not feeling like themselves.
The vlog boss has me working even when I'm sick. She's a slave driver, I tell you. She cracks the whip.
I knew it was a false alarm. I knew it was a false alarm. No need to get up, sir. P.S. It's like freaking monsooning.
It just started monsooning outside. So like it went from like being perfectly lit in here to just like darkness. Hello, Bella. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it. So true. First of all, I think it's really interesting when you find an opportunity to do something that you really love to do and be able to make money at it. And I know that that's so cliche. Everyone's just like, go do what you love and somehow you'll get paid for it. I don't know how that ended up happening to me. Yeah, no, absolutely not. And honestly, the first video I made had nothing to do with me being on camera at all. I talk about this in the book a little bit, but the first video that ever happened was in 2007. I was a bridesmaid in a wedding, and the bride, I wanted her to just be so impressed with me, like making her feel even better on the most amazing day of her life, and I ended up making a video. I don't know where I got the idea from. I don't know where I got the equipment. I just couldn't believe like all this stuff had just kind of fallen into place. And that video was for one person. It was truly made for one individual, but I watched every human being in that rehearsal dinner just emotional and just rocked by this thing that I made for one person. And that's where things really started to go crazy for me. Okay, now I gotta figure out what's going on at 4 o'clock. How are you feeling?
Like
We're not allowed to say that on my channel.
butt. Like the poop emoji.
What's happening at 4 o'clock?
He doesn't want to do it at 4. He wants to do it because it's too late. So if we could do it a little later, like so we can actually plan it, because he can't build the lower thirds.
Oh,
So
okay.
that's why I asked you for your.
Oh.
Can you talk a bit about your experience with your first client?
Sure, absolutely. My first client was a local magazine, and that was because I didn't have any experience in the field that I could sort of attest to on a resume. If you ever find yourself in a situation where you've got to do free or discounted work, how else can you get value? This happens for speakers all the time too. How can I go and speak and still get value? Well, if I don't have any video to prove that I'm a speaker, then maybe they can record a video for me while I'm there, and they don't have to pay me, but they'll do that. And so I always say, think about how you can get value no matter what scenario you're in, especially if you're in a first client situation. You don't know how you're going to get them, and you don't see how you're going to be able to charge your price or how it's going to work out that way. How can they go to bat for you down the road in some other way or sooner than that, so that you can continue to have your business grow no matter what your experience level is? If not for that free client, I would have had to go find some other free client and get some other value out of them. We all have to start somewhere, and I didn't go to school for what I do, so that's why I had to do that.
Lyubomira wants to know, she's very interested in how you manage social media channels for everything connected with the book.
How I'm managing everything socially connected with the book, very carefully and strategically, and not automated. Those key places are YouTube, of course, and Facebook and Instagram and Twitter. None of those can be managed third party. They have to be managed directly because I don't really trust third party in a lot of these ways. I do with Twitter. I would use a scheduler for Twitter, but I don't. I do everything in real time on Twitter. I like everyone knowing that I reply to everything on Twitter. I like posting everything on Twitter. It's a real-time platform where I think that has to remain, that feeling needs to remain intact, because the social aspect of YouTube is yet to be improved. It's coming, but the best way for me to talk real time with people that watch the videos, other than in the comments, is on Twitter. So that's a really important one. Management is simply a timing thing and a planning thing. So what kind of stuff goes out to Instagram, not the same thing as what happens on Twitter, what happens on Facebook, what happens on YouTube. The most amount of similarity I think we've had is that in the past, I do not typically upload my videos natively to Facebook, but we have been doing that for Vlad. And so about 24 hours after YouTube has seen an episode, it goes to Facebook. And that's simply because the more you interact with your Facebook presence and your audience on this platform, the more likely you're going to be pushed up in the organic feed, and especially if you're uploading video or doing live video for that matter.
Everything always looks so good when I start filming, and then when I'm editing it, I'm like, it's not as good as I thought.
I think it looks great.
It looks really good.
I think my chest looks awesome right now.
By the way, I thought you were sick.
You're never too sick for Chipotle.
You're never too sick. Well, you're just sick enough for Chipotle.
Oh,
I think we were feeling like we need like warm and like
Chipotle is my comfort.
warm and comforting food. And Chipotle was the answer.
Okay, wait, let's be real. Last night we cooked you made tilapia and tortilla.
Yes, look who cooked dinner again.
I'm convinced that you just cooked for the vlog.
Maybe.
To show people like what you want them.
I'm
look.
Susie Homemaker over here. Also wrote a book.
No.
Woo!
If you're watching this now, you might have seen Casey Neistat talk about people only showing the highlight reel, and I'll be honest with you, what you're not gonna see in this vlog series, Vlog Like Boss, is a highlight reel. This is our everyday happenings.
No,
Sometimes it
we're
can
just
easily be.
normal people going to Chipotle.